I've tried every Sidekick Pro feature, and I'm going to give you the honest lowdown and assessment. We're going to be ranking every single Sidekick feature in a 4-part playlist series, and then in part 5 we are going to be crowning the ultimate #1 Sidekick Pro feature. And this week we are ranking the returning legends. Welcome everybody to the Hybrid Ministry Show. Well, hey everybody, welcome to the Hybrid Ministry Show. If you and I haven't had a chance to meet yet, my name is Nick and I am a real live youth pastor, and we are going to be ranking all of the Sidekick Pro features one by one. And I broke them down into 4 different categories. We have returning legends, we have staples, we have live voice, and then we have live picker. And each week we're going to rank them on a 5-point scale in a rubric of 3 between ease, intuition, and operation. There are just 3 rules for this, right? Number 1, we're going to rank each Sidekick feature. I already told you that one. The second rule is this: I must use the highest ranked feature in last night's program. Listen, I pre-film, okay? So when this comes out, it'll come out on a Thursday, which means the night before it happened, all right? And I will have used it, and I'll tell you exactly how it goes in my bonus Patreon recap podcast. And to up the ante in all of this, I've asked some of my already subscribed Hybrid Hero members, Scott Tinman, Sammy Verbis, and even Josh Boldman, who had probably the highest hand in creating a lot of these Sidekick features, weighed in and created a Wheel of Doom. And so if you're watching here on screen, you'll see I have a Wheel of Doom that was supplied and provided for you by my Hybrid Hero members. And so I'm going to go ahead and spin it, and I'm just going to be so completely honest with you. There's no turnoff, all right? And that is one of the things I've noticed. I can't hide the upcoming results. And so you're just going to have to take my word for it that I did not rig this. I have no idea what it's going to be. I'm looking at you. I'm not looking right here at my computer screen. And so therefore, hopefully my eye contact is trustworthy enough. And let's go ahead. Let's spin it right here. I have to include this in last night's thing. And here's what it is. This is how you know it's not rigged. I can admit, I have to say this to my students. So I am going to capture it on camera, and I'm going to share it with you in Monday's bonus Patreon recap. I'm going to share the video with you. I have to say this. I can admit that the Thunder are the worst franchise in the league. That's how you know that this is a Wheel of Doom punishment. That's how you know I didn't see this ahead of time. I would never say that. I think Sam Presti's the best GM in all of history, but the people have spoken, and now I have to include it. So those are my 3 rules. Rank each feature. Use the highest ranked feature in last night's program. And then number 3, spin the Wheel of Doom and make it happen again in last night's youth ministry live in front of all of my students. And so let's go ahead and let's hop in to each of these modules. So let's start here with module number 1, and it is a returning legend of trivia. And so we're going to go ahead and edit this. And so if I'm going to add a question here, click down there at the bottom. If you're watching here on YouTube, by the way, I recommend you watch this one here on YouTube. And you can give your answers and he wanted. And you can also give a fun fact. And you can choose how much you want the points to be worth. So that's kind of cool. So let's say that's worth 50, okay? And then we have to select the answer because he wanted done. So there you go. Now, here's what's also cool about Sidekick Pro. If you didn't know this, you can actually add questions with AI. So this is going to be our intuition feature, all right? And so let's say, give me chicken trivia. Let's do 5 more questions. Let's say the audience is middle school students. Let's say it's incredibly difficult. Let's say the tone is lighthearted, and 3 options. And then also, do you want to include a fun fact, yes or no? And then you simply hit generate, and it generates it with AI, and it brings it directly into your game here. And so you'll see here, right here, boom, we got our answers. How many stomachs does a chicken have? Was a small fleshy red comb on the top of a chicken's head made of? Which breed of chicken is known for having feathers on its feet? approximately how many eggs does the average hen lay per year? What is the name of the wattle that hangs under a chicken's beak? All right, go ahead and add those, and they're added. Okay. Now, another thing in each of these modules, you'll have up here two different things. Number one, you have a little gear wheel, and that's usually just a place to put some on-screen instructions, as well as in this particular one, you have the option here to randomize the order. And then you can also use this to implement and create like title graphics. So if we wanted to put this as a trivia title graphic, we could do that. And if we wanted to choose a background, the second one here is the background. By the way, that has tripped me up before. I thought that the background and the title, I didn't realize there were two separate spots. So that's done. And now let's go ahead and let's play our game of trivia. So you'll see now that we've built it out over here, as you operate it, the questions are going to populate just like slides. So it's very simple for someone running it. So there's our title graphic and there's our question. And then we can, if someone says because, we click on it, it gives us a no. Or if they do say the answer B here, he wanted, it'll click it and give you the little sign. And then right here off to the side, all the controls are off to the right. So to operate, like this in the middle here is going to be kind of like your window where all the slides are. To the left is kind of like where all of your feature libraries are. Up to the top is where different playlists that you can build. So you see right here, I built the Returning Legends playlist. And then down here, you can get your DYM purchases, your co-leader purchases, along with free resources that are included. All right. And so then right here, as you're operating off the trivia game, you can then click next and you're into the next question. Someone says 1, they're wrong. Someone says 4, they're wrong. But then someone says 2, they are correct. And then it'll pop up your little fact down there at the bottom. So going all through, I would say trivia is, it's like a 4.1 to me on ease. If you're not going to generate it with AI, it is a little bit click through and cumbersome. That being said, I mean, it's like way easier than like whipping a game together in Canva. Like all the slides are already auto pulled in and everything like that. As far as like the intuition feature, the ability to like generate a game with AI, that is top tier. Out of the scale 1 to 5, 4.8. And then operation is so smooth. Look at this. It plops into your playlist very simply right there in the middle. And then you just can literally click reveal answer and next. It is as dummy proof as you get. If you have a 6th grader running this, you click the big blue button, right? And then you got your little controls here to show title and toggle it on and off. So that is trivia. That gets us to a final score of 13.5 in the Returning Legends category of trivia. Listen, here's the reality. Like, you might not think that you need to do anything with social media. You might not even consider it that important. But here's the good news. Your students, they do, and they live in that world. Like, we just had some students create a bar stool of our student ministry account. It's like a satire account. It's like a spam account, but it gets incredible traction, and they have incredibly creative ideas. And so my seasonal social media pack is not done by Gen Z or Gen Alpha, right? But it is done with them in mind. And I will help coach you how to start creating a structure and a framework of content. Maybe you're not the content creator. That's fine. Hand it over to a student and watch what they can do when you let their creativity be unleashed. And so I will keep you consistent. I'll keep you when things get difficult, when your schedule gets busy. My pack will just keep things moving for you, okay? And then you hand it over to a student and you see what they can do. Go check it out. It's less than the cost of a cup of coffee per month. Actually, if you get the Patreon Hybrid Hero membership tier, $4 per month, you get access to all of my social media packs, and we are releasing the one for fall. So go check out the fall seasonal social media pack, even though this video looks very much like I'm right in the middle of summer. Trust me, it's just Texas, okay? Go check it out, and back to the rest of the video. Look how the survey says. So same thing, you can go here, you can edit. We can change our title graphic. So if we want to use a custom title graphic, like the survey says title graphic, we can go ahead and do that. I like the background that they have auto-populated, so I'm just going to go ahead and keep that. And then same thing, you know, getting a survey, that's a tricky one. So like best sodas, right? Coke, and then you got to give it a tally. Like, I don't know. So like if you actually did the survey, you might have real data. But who among us, like, you've gone where you're ready to like do a survey says night, and you have no idea, right? And so now I gotta do math here. I'm like, I think I'm at 88. That leaves me with 12 remaining. Call that done, right? Best sodas. Now, so that's every single question. So you got to go gather your data, come in, add the questions, add the totals, make sure it adds up to 100. Check this. The intuition feature on this is insane. So that was best sodas. Let's do best crunchy snacks. Watch this. Boom. AI survey. Let's say 100 grandparents, and let's see what we come up with. Potato chips, crackers, nuts, pretzels, popcorns, carrots, and celery, hard candies. Boom. Like, for intuition, 4.9. Like, you can build a survey says game in a matter of minutes. And then check out the operation on it. It's very similar to before. So here we are, same thing. The slides auto pull in. It shows you what question right here. And then when you click the question, it keeps them hidden over here, so we can always click show title, and that will like auto pull it to the front. You can toggle that off if you want to go in between questions. You can change questions here and here. You can also change them here and here over to the left in your middle column there. And so if we were doing best crunchy snacks, as people are answering, if someone said crackers, they'd be correct. But if someone said cashews, of course, they'd be wrong. So you hit the X. You can take the X off. You can go one by one. You can also reveal all. And best of all, they have a little tally counter up here as you go. So operationally, I got to give this a 4.7. Once again, so smooth. Everything inside Sidekick, as you see, is super smooth. Every module operates a little bit differently, but for the most part, it's the flow is in the middle, and then your controls are off to the right. Let's power through some photo furies here real fast. So what items do you want to add? We can literally add any. Let's just add our title graphics from this one. And so let me pull up over here. All our title graphics. You can click and drag them all from off screen, and boom, there we go. We're off to the races. Or we can hide all, show all. I'm trying to figure out how I can. There we go. I can delete them all. So if I went and added them like this, add item, I could go one by one, and I could get, there's trivia. I could even give it a name if I wanted to. Trivia. Win probability, normal, most likely, least likely, likely, least likely, never. So we could say most. But you see how smooth and easy it is to just drag them all in there one at a time. There it is. So, and then you can go through and you can give them names if you want. Now the names auto pull, as you see, it auto pulled the name of the file. So you probably don't want that. And then you're going to have to probably go back and change them one by one. You see what I'm saying? Which is a small bit cumbersome. But again, come on. Like, the amount of work that Sidekick is pulling together for us that we didn't have to do before is absolutely insane. So here we are, Photo Fury. You just click it, and it all pulls up right here off to the side. Once again, if we wanted to add a title graphic, we can do that. So there's our title graphic. Can turn it obviously on and off. You can click play sound. You can show image titles. You can hide last item. You can show next winner. So I wonder, did I miss that in Wheel? Let's see. Let me pull up Wheel. Oh yeah, boom, right there. I totally missed it. So earlier when I was saying you're just gonna have to trust me, because again, you know. But now I know I can turn it on and off. Man, I'm a goober. How did I miss that? All right, here we go. Photo Fury. So here it is, flipping through. Stop. So, okay, so image title is the name of the images, right? And so when we had to go through and rename them as we did to take away the numbers, so it wouldn't say like 04 Pixelate, if we just, in gameplay, if we just toggle that item off, we don't even have to worry about it, if you see what I'm saying. So there you go. Now, you might be thinking, like, what in the world am I going to use this for? And I get it, right? Like, the ease of this, 4.8, like, so easy. Intuition, there's really no AI integration. There's really no reason for it. So I don't want to punish it because it doesn't really need it. So we'll just give it, like, a straight up 4.0. Like, it can't generate the images for you. We don't necessarily want it or need it to. And then operation is 4.7. Super easy, super clean, super simple. Now, like, I don't use Photo Fury a lot, and I was even asking Boldman about this, and he said
Photo Fury because people love the game Poser.
Notice down here, Poser's included in one of the free ones. And so here's Poser for you. And if we want to play show image titles, there it is, down at the bottom. Disco, right? You see that right there. So that's going to give us a total score on Photo Fury of 13.5. Now, let's move on and along to Pixelate. So same thing, click Edit. We can give ourselves a title graphic, so we're going to do that as we have been this entire time. And then if we want to give ourselves a background, we can also go ahead and do that. So there's our background. And done. And then as it comes to Pixelate, let's do the same thing. Let's just drag in here from off screen all of our graphics, and there we go, ready to play. So you don't click. Let's go back to the presentation. So yeah, okay. So Pixelate. There's our title. Here you can obviously toggle title on and off, but if you click through, so I was still in the edit phase, right? And so I went back and I operated it out of my playlist. And so you'll build it all in the edit phase, but then it'll be ready to go for a student or a volunteer to sit down and run it, just like you see right here, right now. Okay, and so you can slowly give it away, and then there you go. So different ways that you could use Pixelate. So I would say ease is like 4.2. And it's, to be clear, it's easy. But if you're going through slide by slide to change from Pixelate, that might be a little bit more laborious. There's really no AI component to it, so we're just going to leave it a straight up 4.0. And then finally, on the operation of it, it's pretty straightforward. You just, obviously click it off to the right, and then you do through your playlist here, like no big deal. So let's see, Leaderboard, another returning legend. Man, this might be one that I missed the most. So if we were going to add teams, of course, we would have to add the Thunder, and then we would have to, of course, give them like pretty close to their color. But we could also add AI teams. So let's do NBA teams. Let's see how they do. Lakers, Celtics, Warriors, Heat, Mavericks. Let's go ahead and give that an add. It did not pull the colors very well, but still, like, come on. What other like leaderboard mechanism are you using in your life that can auto pull these in? So we'll go ahead and give it a 4.4. But if you want to go through and give the Celtics their green that they're owed, and the Warriors their gold, you probably should. All right, then let's see. So here's Leaderboard. Here's how it runs. Again, off to the side there. Obviously, that's pretty small. I don't know if you know this, but now we can do 2-column view. You can show the rank, which is on right now. No one has points. Now that we show rank, now it ranks them all. You can adjust the point total at the bottom, which is one of the best features that exists right there. And then we could show the winner for like, hey, the Suns won. So there you go. So that's pretty dope. So I'm going to go ahead and give Leaderboard a 4.8. We absolutely spam this at camp. We back off of like phone usage and stuff at camp, but Leaderboard is in full throttle mode because those teams exist all week long. And it used to not support greater than 10. Now it supports up to 20 into 2-column view, which is absolutely huge, at least for my group and for my context. And then finally, we have returning legend of boxes. Who doesn't love boxes? Let's say pepperoni. Why not? You can change the icon. You can search there. But let's see what happens if we add with AI and we say pizza toppings generate. Here we go. So that's a 4.2 on ease. Here's a bunch of different pizza toppings, added them in, and it did a halfway decent job of pulling the emojis. So that's pretty cool. A little bit stronger than Leaderboard. So let's go ahead and give that a 4.6 on the intuition scale. And then let's see the operation scale. You click the button and you click stop. Does it get any easier than that? That's a 4.9, like if I've ever seen it. That's as easy as it gets. So you can show emoji or not. You can show next winner or not. You can play sound or not. Hide last item. And then there you go. Now we could also, just like we have before, we could have a title graphic. So there's a title graphic. We could also change our color scheme if we wanted. And then we're back into our playlist, and here we are. And now that we did add a title graphic, look, the option here shows up, show title. So there you go. Shout out to Bell Pepper. So all the way back through, so trivia, we're going to give it a 13.5. Survey says we're going to give it a 14.3. Photo Fury, we're going to give it a 13.5. Pixelate is a 12.7. Leaderboard is 13.8. And Boxes is 13.7, which means the winner of the Returning Legends. And by the way, I know that is the most requested feature. Josh told me himself. Welcome back, Survey says. So glad to have you, and congratulations on being crowned the winner of the Legends category. It will be going head-to-head with the other winners from the next 3 videos, and the next video we are looking at the staples of Sidekick Pro, and I am going to go over them just like I did here on this episode. On Monday, on my Hybrid Hero Patreon show, you will get the clip of me saying that I believe the Thunder are the worst franchise in the entire NBA. You have it. I said it. You're going to get the entire reaction. That's going to be over on Patreon starting on Monday. But until next time, my friends, and as always, we'll see you in part 2. Have a great night.